You know what's funny? Sometimes, life doesn't give you the respect you deserve until you stop asking for it. This is my story. A story of betrayal, revenge, and the sweetest kind of success. The kind where you walk away quietly and let your results do the talking. A few years ago, I was working as an engineer for a defense contractor. Fresh out of school, full of ambition, ready to make a difference. Every year, I worked hard, staying late, traveling, solving problems. And every year, I got the same 2 to 4% raise. The same routine promotion that took years to qualify for. I told myself, be patient. Work hard. They'll notice. But deep down, I knew they wouldn't. So I decided to do something about it. I asked to be moved onto the management track. And after months of waiting, they finally gave me a new title, project engineer. Finally, I thought, a chance to prove myself. Now I was managing my own team, 4 engineers, 1 designer, and 2 admins. We worked day and night. We built a system that generated $1.6 million in sales in our very first year. We earned the company a patent. We became finalists for the Department of Defense Technical Team of the Year. They flew us to Washington, D.C. for the awards ceremony. It was huge. I spent over 100 days away from my family that year, on the road, at test sites, meeting clients and vendors. It was brutal, but it felt like everything was finally paying off. When performance reviews came around, I got a perfect 10 out of 10. And I thought, finally, this is my moment. But then, something happened that broke me. One of my own team members, someone I trained, got promoted early. Got a shiny new title. And a fat raise. And me? I got the same 3% raise. I remember sitting in my car that evening, staring at the dashboard light, thinking, what the hell am I doing here? I confronted my boss the next day. And his response? Well, he said, I didn't think your team member deserved it either, but they have a different manager. Maybe next year, we'll see. That was it. That was the moment I realized loyalty doesn't pay. So I stopped giving them more than they deserved. No more late nights. No more unpaid overtime. No more missed dinners with my family. I worked exactly 40 hours a week. Not a minute more. I took all my leave. All my sick days. And for the first time in years, I felt free. But I wasn't done yet. If they wouldn't reward my loyalty, I'd use their own system to build my escape. Around that time, my promoted colleague started taking MBA evening classes. The company reimbursed him, but he had to stay with them for years afterward. That wasn't for me. So I looked deeper. And guess what I found? A completely separate budget for software training. No restrictions. No contract. Just free education. So I signed up. Advanced FEA and 3D modeling classes. Fully paid for, by the same company that refused to promote me. I traveled, attended sessions, took notes. In the evenings, I stayed up late in my hotel room, practicing new skills and updating my resume. And then, I started applying for jobs. Within just 1 month, I got an interview with a competitor. They were impressed by those exact new skills. They said, "We've been looking for someone with your experience." Then they told me the number. And I almost laughed. It was double what I was earning. And they paid overtime. That meant, in total, I'd make 3 times my old income. I accepted the offer right away. When I handed in my resignation, my boss called me into his office. He looked shocked. "After everything we've done for you," he said, "we just paid for all your training." I stayed quiet. Then he said, "Don't you have any?" Him straight in the eye and said, "Loyalty doesn't pay the bills." He tried again. "How much are they paying you? Maybe we can match it." I told him the number. He froze for a moment, then said quietly, "That's more than I make." I smiled. And that was the sweetest moment of my career. Leaving that building felt different. No guilt. No fear. Just peace and satisfaction. The same company that refused to reward me had unknowingly trained me for my next big step. In my new job, I made more money than I ever imagined. 3 times the income. Respect. Freedom. Balance. It changed my life completely. And my old boss? He tried to replace me, but no one stayed longer than 6 months. You see, your boss doesn't always hate you. Sometimes, they just don't value you. And that's worse. But here's the truth. You don't have to stay where you're undervalued. Use every opportunity, every resource, to build something for yourself. Because when you finally walk away, and they realize what they lost, that's the sweetest revenge of all. So if you're stuck right now, underpaid, underappreciated, exhausted, remember this: you're not trapped. You're just one skill away from changing your life. Let your success be your revenge. And never, ever, forget your worth.